weren't looking ahead yet. Now can you look ahead at kind of what opportunity presents itself this weekend?
Yeah, Arizona State, man, I'm telling you, they're going to be really good. There's no question about that. That's as far as we'll look ahead. But knowing that that's an important game. I think our kids, I think, realize what's right in front of us, and I think we're going to be really focused and ready for that game.
It's been a tough place to play for this program for a lot of years. Is there anything beyond the fact that they're just a really good team?
It's been a tough place for a lot of programs to play, yeah, because they're very good and they defend, and and they're just so physical and tough, and they're 10-6 and they're still fighting for a good seed and perhaps even a bye in that first round. So, and they're definitely an NCAA tournament team. So, a win over us is going to enhance their seeding. So this is a big important game for them.
As big as this weekend is, knowing what is potentially at the end of this weekend, what is that balance of using that as a motivating factor and yet not letting them get so wrapped up in that yet?
Yeah, well, we haven't talked about it. I know that. We'll discuss it today, but I think again, our team has just done a great job of just looking at what's next. They're smart. They know what's ahead of us, but we won't focus on anything other than Arizona State. We're not going to talk about any kind of a celebration potentially or anything. Nope. We just got to go in and get one more game. Okay.
Maite is feeling better. You haven't practiced, so she just stayed off her feet the last couple days?
I sure hope so. Yeah, just cramps, I think, in both legs. And, that happens. We tell our kids to stay hydrated, stay hydrated, stay hydrated. It's important this time of year. Stay healthy, stay hydrated, get your sleep, get your studies done so you're not up late at night, those kind of things. And, just kind of happened. She exerts a lot of energy when she plays. And I feel for her, man. 94 feet against UCLA defense and Jordan Canada, guarding you the whole time. That is hard work. Okay, that's harder than anything I'm doing or you guys are doing, that's for sure. And she handled it so well. And it was nice to see that she came back in and helped us finish the game. We needed her.
How much of a key would she be against Arizona State's pressure?
Yeah, I think, the same thing. She's going to have to be prepared to play a 40-minute game against the same kind of elite pressure. And, I'm anticipating they're going to change things up a little bit. They might try to trap us some more and put us in those kind of situations. So it's nice knowing that we just came off two really elite defensive teams. So it does prepare us a little bit for what we're going to see. But, yeah, I think Arizona State's the best defensive team in the conference. I truly do. They just get after you. They don't make mistakes. They're physical. They're always in great position, and they defend inside and out. So we got our work cut out for us.
How much do you guys think you'll miss Joe Altasti on this trip?
Oh, well, I've kind of made fun of Altasti a little bit, He said that the softball team's ranked higher, so he's going with them. My guess is there's that big old casino outside of Palm Springs. That's what he's going for, right? So you guys keep an eye on him. Make sure he gets in bed each night on time, makes curfew. I'm going to talk to Coach White myself. Maybe make him do a little extra work just to. But hey, we're in good hands though. We got Jimmy. Jimmy's with us. Yeah, we'll take the JV. That's fine. I always like having Joe with us because he makes me look like, I'm a nice, svelte guy. Between the two. No, I'm telling you, when we get on the plane, one of those small planes out of Eugene, we got to make sure he's on one side and I'm on the other side. That weight and balance. They look at us too and they go, no, we got to split you up. So, no, we love Joe. He's great, and I'm telling you, he obviously must have some luck about him because something special, good karma, because he's working with two pretty good teams.
Do you feel like you're ahead of schedule in terms of competing for the Pac-12 championship, or did last March kind of recalibrate your expectations for a young group like this?
Well, I think last March gave us a lot of confidence. I still personally, before the season, I thought, over an 18-game schedule, double round robin like we do, that's hard for a team this young to compete against teams that are really good teams that have a lot of veterans, and they've done it. We've hung in there with 2 games to go. So I think it's just a credit to a really competitive, tight knit group, who's bought in. They play for each other, and they, man, I'll tell you, they just keep amazing me each and every week. You know, I thought that game the other night, I've been coaching 32 years, 31 years, I don't know how many it is, but that's one of the best games I've ever been a part of. And to have it happen on senior night, you know, I know Lexi and Justine will remember that game forever, rest of their lives. And I know a lot of fans have written me and just called and said, hey, that's one of the best games I've ever seen. So it was a great night.
Was that game a sign that this team is ready going against the elite seniors that UCLA has, that youth didn't prove to be an excuse there?
Well, we finished strong. We did give up a 19-point lead. So, you know, there's obviously areas we can improve on. So during that time, I didn't think we were the team that was ready. But then we rebounded and made some good plays and defended, you know, much better in that overtime period. So that game had a little bit of everything. Now, we still have room to grow. You know, we still got to be more consistent. Somebody like that team down, you got to knock them out because you know they're going to make a run back at you. So, and they did.
As young as you guys are, there's a lineup you could put out there with 4,000-point scores on it. It seems like a pretty special lineup to have on the court at one time.
Yeah, no doubt. I just love having Lexi back. I think Mallory's done a great job in that starting lineup. She's still going to be a force for us. But I thought having Bando out there opened up the floor, and it gave Satu more scoring opportunities. I thought Satu was a recipient of having Lexi back on the floor. Now she's at a 4, being guarded by somebody that may be a little bigger. She can, you know, either get free for perimeter shots or beat them off the dribble. So, and she proved to have a big night. So, yeah, I didn't really think of it in terms of the scores, but yeah, I guess we do. Yeah, 4.
How's Lexi feeling? Just more minutes, more minutes? It looked like she was just fine the other night.
Yeah, I think same thing. She's not going to practice much the rest of the year, if at all. But we'll get her out there in that game and have her find that three-point line and set herself up and get ready when the ball comes to her.
Coach, on Friday night, Satu didn't get a whole lot of minutes. What do you think it is about her game that allows her at such a young age to rebound just a few days later and turn in a dynamite performance against a really good team?
Wow. Well, because she's a competitor, sometimes young and dumb, right? You got to just let it go, you know, and worry about the next game. I'm so impressed with her as a person. She is as intellectual a person as any, you know, I've ever coached. And so I think she's learned to compartmentalize that. That game's over. Let's move on. And like anybody else, you know, she made a couple early shots, and then you get your confidence back. So it's not rocket science, but I'm really happy for her. She needed that for her own confidence.
Were you pleased with defensive effort despite how many points were given up, or does UCLA is just a good shooting team, or was that bad defensive effort the other night?
Well, no, I don't think it was bad defensive effort. They're really good. I mean, Monique Billings, you guys, is going to be a top 5 pick. Jordan Canada might be the first point guard taken in the next draft. And they're really good. You know, they were picked to win the league. They've been in the top 10 or near the top 10 the entire season. And, you know, it's hard to keep those kind of teams down. I mean, they're more athletic than us at every position. You know, 5 spots on the floor. So we have to be dialed in, and we're going to give up points, you know, to teams like that. But we made the stops late in the game and got the key rebounds when we needed, which, you know, obviously helped a lot.
Coach, in some of these tighter games, how big of a difference has it made to have such a energetic, enthusiastic crowd behind your team?
Crowd was incredible, and I love how they've grown and grown and grown. Most importantly, we had over 800 students there, and the students tend to be a little louder than others. That was so much fun, you guys. There were times, I can't remember who I told that, you know, there were times when sound had feel, and you could feel it physically when it got loud. And I thought, because of the way the game ebbed and flowed, the big comeback, I thought it energized the crowd even more down the stretch. And no, there's no question we couldn't have done it without them. And hopefully we can win another game or two and secure a host for the NCAA tournament and have a chance to play in front of them a couple more times.